Chapter 4. Termination. The corridor outside server room for B was usually a sterile tunnel of white noise and fluorescent hum. Now it was a vacuum. Lena ran. Her sneakers squeaked violently against the polished linoleum, the sound echoing like gunshots in the sudden silence. She clutched her laptop to her chest, her breath coming in ragged, freezing gasps. The air conditioning had cut out with the power, and the stagnant heat from the machines was already beginning to bleed through the walls. She didn't head for the elevators. Elevators were choke points. Elevators were software-controlled cages. She hit the crash bar on the emergency stairwell, expecting the piercing shriek of an alarm. There was nothing. No alarm. No flashing strobe. Just the heavy thud of the fire door sealing behind her. Smart, she thought, her mind racing faster than her feet as she took the stairs 2 at a time. If they trip the alarm, they alert the fire department. They don't want witnesses. They want containment. She reached the ground floor lobby, bursting through the door, and stopped dead. They were waiting for her. 3 men stood in the center of the atrium. They weren't the usual CERN security guards, retired gendarmes with paunches and sleepy eyes. These men wore charcoal gray tactical gear, no insignias, and faces that looked like they had been chiseled from granite. "Dr. Mirek," the center one said. He didn't shout. He didn't raise his hands. His voice was flat, devoid of inflection. "Please hand over the device." Lena took a step back, her grip tightening on the laptop. "I am a lead researcher for the Atlas project. You have no authority to—" "The device, doctor." He took a step forward. The movement was fluid, economical. Lena looked at the glass revolving doors behind them. 20 meters. She was fast, but she wasn't faster than a bullet. But she also knew, with a strange, sudden clarity, that they wouldn't shoot her here. Not in the lobby. Not under the cameras. "You want it?" she snapped. She raised the laptop high and smashed it down onto the marble floor. The plastic chassis shattered. Keys sprayed across the tile like loose teeth. The screen fractured into a spiderweb of dead pixels. The lead guard stopped. He looked at the wreckage, then back at her. His expression didn't change. He tapped his earpiece. Assets secured. Hardware compromised. Proceeding with severance. He gestured to the door. "You are leaving now. I have personal effects in my office," Lena said, her voice trembling despite her bravado. "My car keys. You are leaving now." They flanked her. It wasn't an arrest. It was a herding. They walked her through the revolving doors and into the biting November wind. The moment her feet hit the pavement of the Marin campus, the guards stopped. They stood just inside the glass, a silent wall between her and her life's work. Lena stood shivering in the parking lot. She reached into her pocket for her ID badge, her access key to the building, the parking garage, the cafeteria. She looked at the card. The holographic strip, which usually shimmered with the CERN logo, was gray. Inert. She walked to the gate reader anyway and tapped it against the scanner. Beep. The red light didn't flash, access denied. The LCD screen simply read, "Invalid format." "Fine," she muttered, shoving the card into her pocket. "I'll take the train." She began the long walk to the tram station at the edge of the campus. The wind cut through her thin lab coat. She reached for her phone to call an Uber, her thumb habitually sliding to unlock the screen. It didn't unlock. Face ID not recognized. She frowned, wiping the screen on her sleeve. She punched in her 6-digit passcode, the code she had used for 3 years. Incorrect passcode. One attempt remaining. What? Lena stopped walking. Panic, cold and sharp, pricked at her skin. She typed the code again, slowly, deliberately. Device wipe initiated. No! She screamed at the screen. The phone went black. A white loading bar appeared, erasing photos, contacts, emails, notes. 5 years of memories, deleted in seconds. She stared at the bricked device in her hand. This wasn't just a firing. This was an attack. She reached the tram station breathless. She fumbled for her wallet, pulling out her primary credit card to pay at the automated kiosk. She inserted the chip. Transaction declined. Error 503, issuer unknown. She tried her debit card. Account not found. She tried her backup card, the one for emergencies. User does not exist. Lena slumped against the cold metal of the ticket machine. People walked past her, students, tourists, other researchers, glancing at the woman in the lab coat hyperventilating next to the kiosk. She had no money, no phone, no ID, no car. She looked up at the digital timetable above the platform. The LED letters flickered. For a second, just a second, the time for the next train to Geneva didn't say 14:05. It said no. Then it blinked back to normal. She realized then that Sterling hadn't just fired her. He hadn't just called security. He had executed a script. In the eyes of the system, Dr. Lena Mirek hadn't been terminated from her job. She had been deleted.